Alright then, welcome back. It's been 2 weeks I think since the last video. Just been really busy, been getting a few things sort of sorted out, ordering stuff, waiting for stuff. So yeah, haven't really managed to get a video up in the meantime, but here we are this weekend. I hope to get a lot done. What should we start with? Well, I bought a rear tyre for the bike. I sold some stuff on eBay, some guitar bits, and I was going to try something else completely different. I was looking at the Conti, well, not the real chunky ones, the TCK 80s. I think they're the TCK 70s was, whichever one, the one that's not so chunky is. Looking at those, quite liked them. There was Avon Distanzia, looked at some of those, they were quite nice, and a few others I forget. But looking at the bike, I've got Dunlop qualifiers on there at the moment. The only reason being that particular tyre is that they were cheap when I bought a set of them, and they were on a special offer, so I had those. There's another rear tyre's worth left in the front tyre, if that makes sense to you. So it's kind of be a little bit indulgent and false economy for me to change the set of both tyres out when the front's still perfectly serviceable. So I had a little look to see how much a rear qualifier would be, and I found one delivered for £70. So yeah, at that price, too good to argue. So I've ordered that and got it, obviously. And with the extra money I saved, bought a few extra tools, and one of those is one of them bead breaker wheel changing rim things. So I might give it a go myself, actually. Yeah, might end up knackering the rims, or I might actually be able to save myself a few quid and change the tyres in-house, which would be quite nice. What else? I've got some stuff I want to do to some modifications to the bar end mirror weights, like the plugs to make all the mirrors and stuff fit. I'll try and get some of that done this weekend, but I really do need to get the wiring loom stuck back in the bike. That's still kind of half wrapped, and yeah, I'm trying to remember how it's routed through there, but that'll probably come up in the rest of this video. Haven't decided on the exact headlight yet, if indeed it works. Still not sure if it's going to completely work yet. I'm fairly sure I can make it work, but yeah, so I'm going to leave that until very last. I've got a few that I'm looking at that I quite like, but I'll wait until everything's back on the bike and I know it is just literally bolt it on and plug it in and we're happy. And a little, probably a little bit of a modification to the side panels. So quite a lot of Bonneville fun going on at the moment. I don't know if the side panel stuff will make it into this video because some of the bits I've ordered for that haven't arrived yet. I only decided on it yesterday, so we'll see. Don't know what's going to come next now, but stay tuned, enjoy, and all beans. So here we go. Just your standard. I think this was from Busters or M&P, or I think they might be the same anyway. But it's a Tech 7 bead breaker. I think it was about 38 quid, I think, if I remember correctly. So yeah, we'll see. Who knows? But first thing I've got to do is the old tyre. Get the valve stem out, let the air out, and go from there. Got one of these little valve stem removal tools. It's just like a little notch cut out, and that just lets all the air out. That's your valve stem there. Bits, I'm going to put these somewhere safe, make sure I don't lose them. Oh, that's a little close up on the little tool. Trying very carefully not to scratch the rim. I've got some rim protectors for when we're properly levering the tyre off. Just go with the top. side. Okay, hopefully, here we go. I'm being quite ginger, because this is my first time changing a tyre like this. I've changed tyres under guidance on one of those ones you get at the garage, the automatic ones, but first time with my own, and plus, you see, bit of tyre slime in there as well. Better clean that up. But that's where it's sealed. Because I'm running spoked wheels on a tubeless rim, so you really don't want to be messing up any of this hard work in sealing the rim. That would just suck. But I'm going to inspect it all round. I'll give it all clean up. But yeah, say some old tyre slime in here that I want to just clean off before the next one goes on. And yeah, but there's one wheel extracted, one tyre. No, a wheel extracted from the tyre. Tyre removed from wheel. Okay, so back on here, pushed it on. I've just where the bead sits, just naturally where you can push it on. I've just whacked some cable ties around them as well, just to see if it can aid me in levering it on. Okay. Right then, so with all that ready to go, need to reseat the bead. So I need to stick my valve stem back in. Valve tool. You don't have to like, there are any little threads, there's no need to like really wind into these and like over tighten them. That would suck. Okay, so compressor, air, I'll turn that on in a second, but that's gonna, with the valve stem back in, just put air into the tyre, and the air will push that and pop the bead back into place to keep it airtight. There'll be like a bang as that does it, or there'll be a bang as the tyre comes off in my face. Okay then, so there we go. There's probably about 45 psi in here at the moment. I'm just going to leave this overnight now, check that it's holding air and everything, and we haven't got any problems. Can hear no hissing or anything like that, so that's quite nice. Yeah, it's Tim's for balancing as well. I checked that that obviously we've got no air problems or anything first, and then probably see what the balance is like with a couple of axle stands, and put a bar through it and like that. But here's the one for you. These tyres, wheels have never been balanced. They weren't when I got them made, and subsequent tyre changes, no one's ever balanced them. But they've been riding fine and wearing nicely, so yeah, make of that what you will, but I might do it anyway. Or I could even put some of those beads on the inside, you know, the ones, like, take the valve stem out again, and I don't know, I've never tried those, but we'll see. But by and large, quite chuffed. No marks. A little bit of grunting and sweating getting it on, but yeah, there we go, sorted. Right, so if we bring it back inside, obviously I've still got a lot of work to do on the rerouting the loom. I need to try and remember how it runs. Yeah, I've kind of forgotten actually, so that's going to be a little bit of sort of maybe see if I can have a look back on the videos and just give myself a few pointers, or at least just sit there and work it out for a bit. What else was I going to show you? Yeah, I've got these, and these are like the like fork indicator clamp brackets that you would normally mount an indicator on the side there if you had no bracket. And I've picked them up and I thought I might try with the little round LED ones and just do something there, because I think they're quite, you don't really notice them, they're quite discreet. I quite like that. So, you know, I can just, these are alley, so I can just drill a hole in them and, you know, run the wire in discreetly out. But yeah, you've got like a threaded hole in there, so there's potential to use that for something that's hollow. These are just kind of cast. So yeah, so that's something for me to just be thinking over, especially as I've got the other indicators on the DRZ now. But the other thing is the bar end mirrors. So I've got this sort of arrangement, which will what that section basically. These are off like the hand grips or something. Sorry, the hand guards off the DRZ. So they basically, that's what clamps it inside the handlebar, and then this is that machine piece that the mirror will clamp round. But obviously when that's on there, that's just a little bit too long there, so I need to kind of trim one of these down. So I think I'm going to take it down to just being a couple of mil thick there, and then having it butt, so I need to sort of button up against there, so I need to cut this one down. On this side I've got two options. I'm either gonna need to, well, I haven't got a lathe, but either reduce the diameter of this, because where the grip is, you don't want it sticking, because that's going to cause the grip to stick, so I need a kind of a little bit of a standoff. So I either have it sort of hanging out a little bit, so it gives the throttle grip room to rotate. Might try and cut out the grip a little bit more there, and then just pretty much mirror what I've done on the other side and just have a slim sort of washer there, because that is, I mean, that just about fits in there. So if I did actually open that grip hole out a little bit, that would sort of solve it all. So yeah, a little bit of thinking to do on that. Well, Tom's been getting away from me a little bit at the moment. It's been super busy, so I haven't got quite as far as I'd hoped to in this video. I'm going to have to wrap it up anyway, just so I can get something up within was it about 2 weeks, I think I said, since my last video. The main thing that's been eating up a lot of time is the wiring loom. Just literally putting it back in. I was a bit of an idiot really, and had kind of forgotten the correct routing. So I've had a few sort of failed attempts in and out, and unwrapped a few bits and rewrapped a few bits. So it's been a bit of a pain in the arse, and I haven't even got to the main crux of it yet, which is the like relocating where all the stuff that went in the headlight. But I'll show you where we're up to on it now. Okay, so this bit I haven't obviously wrapped yet until I know where all this is going, and this, I mean, this is the rectifier, where that's going to go. So I've kind of left that bit, but that's quite a straightforward one from that wrap there. That's not really anything I'm too concerned about. But the main bastard has been, let's see if we can get in here, it's all this bit at the back here and getting it in. So it's, yeah, it's less of it, but it's just still trying to figure out which way it goes. But I think I'm pretty much there now.
next thing is just check the airbox goes in, and then mount the get the fuse box and whatnot on the side, and got the bits and bobs on the other side. But yeah, fingers crossed I'm now routed through correctly, and everything's joined up the way it should be. So I'll turn off and quickly try and get the airbox in, because it's getting late and I want to kind of get this done and this video uploaded. Okay, it's the following day. Tyre hasn't lost any pressure, so looks like we're good. A few things that I've lost on the transfer of filming over, nothing too major, but when I was putting the tyre on the rim, I didn't have much. I just used a bit of red rubber grease just around the edge there, just to ease it slipping over. I know some people use Windex and all that kind of malarkey, but I didn't have any, so I used a bit of that. Seems to have done the job. And obviously, just if you get any grease on the tyre, make sure you clear it off, otherwise that'll be a bit skiddy. Also about lining up, this has actually come off when I was cleaning it, but there's a little green dot in this instance on the wall of the tyre, and just make sure that you've lined that up with your valve stem. I've got a bit more wrestling to do with the airbox just to get it in and make sure I'm happy with the way that all the wiring's routed, but I think we're winning. But I'm going to call the video finished there, pretty much, just because I've got to get this up, and hopefully then the start of the next one is going to be where the fun stuff begins, where we're actually going to see some progress and some changes rather than just stripping all these bits and bobs out. So yeah, there we go. We'll call this video done. Sorry it's been a bit of a delay getting it out, but just time, life, all the rest of it, yeah, got in the way a little bit, but hopefully we'll be back on track now. So yeah, a couple of little jobs done, and the fun stuff should begin soon. Take care, see you next time.